Hello. Welcome to Trigger TV Canada. I'm Andy. We're out with the dogs. There's our good friend Augie, our good friend Penny. Top of my favorite viewpoints. Here's big Inukshuk's to be built. You get a view. It's looking off to the north. Little bookie thing you can put your name in. That's looking at the Rocky Mountains off to the east. Looks down south. Yeah, that's back west. It's a pretty steep climb up here, so I saved you all my huffing and puffing, and I'll just do the video blog on the way back down. Alright, guys, should we go? Let's go. Probably entertain everybody with a big slip on my butt. It's pretty slippery. Here we go. So let me tell you what's got me thinking today. Besides falling on my ass down this hill. So last summer the Liberals put out a anti-hate speech bill, and it was widely panned as a absolute affront to free speech, and of course gave the Liberals a lot of latitude to shut down dissent and detractors. Well, it's back. According to Global News, they're going to put it out as fast as they possibly can. Oh boy. Hey, this doesn't look good at all. Here we go. Just give me 2 seconds to get down this hill in one piece, and we'll continue with the... Yikes. Here we go. So, of course, they're going to go and say, in an interview, the minister condemned the flying of the Nazi and Confederate flags by protesters outside Parliament as disgusting and reprehensible. That has no place in Canada. Unless, of course, your name is Chrystia Freeland. Then you can canoodle with all kinds of Nazis. She's a big Soros fan. It's a big interview with her, or her giving an interview to Soros, where she's absolutely gushing about everything that Nazi collaborating maggot did. Ooh, should just brought skis. Here we go. And then she's holding up the Nazi banner at the Ukrainian march, which, you know, of course, Ukrainian march was perfectly fine. Didn't get shut down. No Emergency Measures Act yanked out for that. That was all good to go. Screaming hypocrisy again. But it was, you know, in favor of Nazism. So that's okay. We'll keep on with that. Amazing how much projection they have. They are fascist Nazis. I mean, they work hand in hand with government, with corporations all over the place. And then they'll accuse people of doing it. That, you know, they're dissenters. You know, patriots. Because really they had nothing else they could possibly do. For that idiot to accuse the truckers convoy of Nazism and Confederate flag and patriotism like that, I mean, that's some serious mental contortionism to get anywhere near that. And I mean, you have got to have failed the IQ test of life if you can't see through that. You're just plain stupid at this point if you can't see that you're being socially engineered into a complete mindset. And it's probably way too late for you. And you'll happily walk into the gulag and put the chains on yourself, wouldn't you? Anyway, we're getting off track here a bit. So that banner she was holding up was the Organization of Ukraine Nationals, which is a well-known Nazi sympathizing organization. But that's okay. She's Christia Freeland. You know, her grandfather was a Nazi collaborator. Her mom as well. But that's a future episode. We'll get into that later. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, the bill includes the creation of a peace bond to prevent people from continuing that bad behavior of speaking their mind. Wouldn't want that. Wouldn't want, you know, unacceptable views and what else did that idiot say? Yeah. To get out into the public realm. Like literally what I'm doing right now is a 4-year jail term. If these guys get away with this. Everything I said right now would be, I'd go to jail for this. That's how crazy this is. The court order would be designed to prevent hate crime from occurring and would include penalties if breached, including up to 4 years imprisonment. There you go. How's it going, Penny? You doing good? You love it out here. Anyway, let's have a look right at Bill C-36 here. This is what they came up with that last year. That they're all in a hurry to get out again this year. So they've redefined hatred. So it means an emotion. Of course it would have to be an emotion, you know, because facts and real things don't mean anything anymore. It's all about emotion. You feel a certain way, it's got to be true. Never mind science and biology and all that crazy shit. It's all how your emotions are. Again, pandering to people that are just outside of reality. Which, unfortunately, seems to be a majority of people right now, thanks to our shit universities that absolutely brainwashed all our kids in the last 20 years. Seriously, homeschool your children if you want them to have any kind of brain whatsoever. Anyway, that involves detestation or vilification, and it is stronger than a dislike or disdain. Vilification, that's an interesting word. Am I not kind of vilifying the government right now? 4 years, man. 4 years. It's an easy way to lump your dissenters into this, under this bill, and get them thrown in the old hooscow. I have no idea if I'm on a trail or not. It doesn't really look like it, but we'll continue. For greater certainty, the communication of the statement does not incite or promote hatred for the purposes of this section solely because it discredits, humiliates, hurts, or offends. Oh, okay, yeah, you can still offend Christians, and yeah, that'll, no doubt that'll be under the, oh, you're just offended. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So, the LGBTQ provocateurs that are going to be shipped into every church to get the churches shut down for hate speech won't be under the same scrutiny, because they'll automatically fall under, oh, you're just offending the Christians. That's okay. We've been doing that for decades. You're all socially engineered to accept that. No problemo. If you haven't figured it out, I am a Christian, but I don't believe Christians should sit here and suck all this stuff up like, you know, sheep going to the slaughter, so to speak. We gotta start vocalizing an opposition to all of this while you still can, because this will shut that down for you. So the next thing we see on the amendment here is the fear of hate propaganda, offense, or hate crime. So you are just a scaredy cat little snowflake, and you fear somebody might offend you in some way or other. You can go squealing like a little rat to the Attorney General and lay an information. They call it information. It's basically squealing like a stuck pig in the mud, before a provincial court judge. If the person fears on reasonable grounds that another person will commit one of these just atrocious offenses. Then, the provincial court judge will, may order that the defendant enter into a reconnaissance. Well, that's quite the word. A reconnaissance. That's code for an absolute stripping of your rights and freedoms and constitutional, God-given anything. Like they can absolutely take everything away from you for just somebody squealing. And as you'll see farther down in the legislation, the person that accused you can hide. He doesn't even have to be, he can be anonymous. And if that doesn't scare you, now you're just, I don't know, I can't even deal with you if you can't figure out the implications of that. So you can get this reconnaissance up to 12 months, but the duration can be extended for up to 2 years if you're not bowing down and, wow, I'm really off the grid here, bowing down and capitulating to everything they're telling you to do. So what could these reconnaissance be? Well, let's see. Conditions of reconnaissance. Electronic monitoring device. Well, you could be shackled with an electronic monitoring device. You can also be forced to abstain from alcohol or drugs. Except, oh, here's a trail. Very nice. Except for, prescriptions and medicines. Don't want to cut into the pharmaceutical company's bottom line with this. That's who's really paying the bills here. They can also may force you to provide a bodily fluid sample. That sounds like fun. And let's see, they can keep you from talking to all your friends and family. So especially people that have a like-mindedness to that. Again, probably keep you out of a church. Prohibit the defendant from communicating directly or indirectly with any person identified in the reconnaissance. Literally, you could take children away from their parents. Can't talk to your children because, you might be a bad influence. Maybe I couldn't even talk to Penny. Hey, Penny, you might be a bad influence. Whoa, just about went for a bit of a cartwheel there. But here we come to the real big one. And this, like I just said in the headline of the video, is, I think, the hidden Trojan horse here. Firearms. They can come and take your guns away under this thing. The provincial court judge shall consider whether it is desirable and in the interest of the defendant, safety, or that of any other person to prohibit the defendant from possessing any firearms, crossbow, prohibited weapon, restricted weapon, prohibited device, prohibited ammunition, explosive substances, or all of those things. How easy would this be to disarm Canada? You get a list of all the people that have firearms, which they have already, under the supposedly defunct long gun registry, but for sure all the restricted stuff's all, of course, anyone that has a restricted weapon knows they had to register it. And so they just systematically and anonymously lodge complaints against you. And then a judge issues an order of your reconnaissance, and whack, there goes your guns. Bye-bye. Disarm Canada. It's a stealth way to disarm Canada. You don't need a gun ban. You don't need anything like that. You're just going to do it one at a time like this. And of course, They can't do anything. I've said it before, in the light of day. They gotta sneak shit in like this under the table where people aren't looking. I don't know why I follow these dogs. They never take me where I need to go. Completely lost now. Okay. And surrender. So of course you have to surrender your weapons to these guys, or I'm sure you're back to the 4 years in jail. We kind of loop back to that. So folks, this is what this is all about. It's legislation that's going to protect the government from any kind of scrutiny, because anytime you call the government out, and we just saw that with the trucker convoy, they can't have that. They can't have people getting together, like-minded people, and protesting, because they can't control it. Well, I guess they can, but they can't control it without throwing this authoritarian Nazi crazy shit at you. It's the only way they can do it. And of course that's what they do. So what can we do about it? I don't know, other than you can't vote for these guys anymore. That's the trouble. And the Conservatives are no better. I don't know about the People's Party. I mean, seems like he's legit, but I think maybe there's more there with Bernier too. I don't know. He seems legit. I don't know. I mean, definitely he's the only real choice we have at the moment. But again, you gotta contact your MPs, contact your senators, your MLAs. I don't know if the MLAs can do much, but your MPs for sure. It's all federal stuff. And voice your opposition to this, because that's what they listen to. It's poll politics right now. Polling is all that matters to these guys. If the polls say they got to go one way, most of them will go that way. Because ultimately they do fear us, the people. There's very few of them and a lot of us. And if we got our heads out of our asses and really went to it and kind of pointed that out to them in a not so subtle way, this probably would start to go away. Again, I guess I'm inciting violence and hate speech and whatnot. So again, I gotta get it out of my system here, guys, while I can, while it's still legal to do so. Now, before I go down in one of these snowbanks and crack my head open, I think I told my wife where I was going. I'm not too sure. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming out for a walk with me and the dogs and listening to me rant about our criminal government. Oh, vilification. Stop that. And they truly are villainous. No question about it. Again, saying it while I can. And if it so suits you, drop by our online store, triggertees.biz. Grab a t-shirt. Might start just making these t-shirts like C36 and C11 and a little spiel on them. Not sure how I'm going to do that, but anyway, drop by and see if there's something that you might like to buy. Again, I'm got lots of time on my hands to do that sort of stuff, because I'm a forced leave of absence pilot due to crazy vax mandates that are completely ridiculous at this point. Because if you haven't had COVID, you are probably, I don't know, I'm sure you've had it one way or another, because everybody has, vaccinated or not. That vaccine is a complete joke and a complete failure. And funny, as soon as I said that, YouTube took that video off of their platform in about 30 seconds. But that's a video for another time too, on crazy internet censorship, which this is all a part of as well. It's going to curtail what you can and cannot say on the internet. My previous video highlighted that as well. Anyway, ranting again. That's it for today. Thanks for coming for a walk with me and the dogs, and y'all have a great day. Thanks.